switch up the tempo. Let me switch up the tempo. I wanna switch up the tempo. Can I switch up the tempo? Switch up the tempo. Can I switch up the tempo? Switch up the.
Hello Slay Dolls. I know this is like a different look for me because I'm getting ready to do hair, but I have a little bit of time before my client gets here, so I'm like, why not do a story time about when I was in beauty school? So I'm gonna start from the beginning like I always do. So let's get into it. Okay, so I started beauty school January 2016. I was in school from January 2016 to March 2017, and I graduated May 2017. Okay, so that's just a quick little background. But anyway, so this happened like maybe 2 months into school, maybe 3, but it happened like early on into school. So basically every time someone came to the school like to do career paths, or they would bring all the different jobs and set up in this room, cosmetology, all the girls had to go down there and visit. Whether we wanted the job or not, we would have to go down there and visit. When they brought the younger students to the school, like 8th grade and younger, to bring there to basically like get them to want to go to college, we would have to introduce ourselves, show them what we do in cosmetology and stuff like that. When we had guest speakers come to the school to talk about things like sexual harassment, we had to go to those meetings all the time. My teacher basically signed us up every single time. So the day prior to this, we had to go to a women's sexual harassment meeting, which was pretty nice. Men could go to it too, but it was mainly just females in there. When they do those, they cater food and drinks, so it's like a really cool meeting. The next day we had the men's sexual harassment meeting, so we went to that as well. So this meeting was a little bit longer because there were a lot more people and a couple guest speakers. So at this event, basically I was sitting there with my friends, all my friends of cosmetology, right? Most of them were not my friends by the end of cosmetology, okay? So there was this, I want to say, flamboyant guest speaker talking about sexual harassment, his experience with it, what he knows about it, and basically they just go around to different colleges and schools talking about sexual harassment. So we had this gay student in our class, and I'm gonna say it like that because that's what he was. He noticed that the guest speaker was gay as well, and he thought that he was cute. So my best friend was his cousin, so he told her, you know, I think he's cute, I want his number or something so I can talk to him. After the meeting, we all were cleaning up and getting ready to go. Most of the people had already cleared out, but since we were a big class, we were associate or whatever, and I was like cleaning up my food because we had like pizza, soda, cookies, stuff like that. So I was cleaning up my food and cleaning off the table, and when I came back to get like my phone, purse, stuff like that, I saw my best friend, this other girl in our class, and another girl walk up to the guest speaker, and I could overhear what she was saying. I was maybe like 10 feet away from her, maybe 15. So she was like, hey, do you have a Facebook page or anything? And he was like, no. She was like, well, my cousin thinks that you're really cute and he wants to get to know you. So he was wondering if he could get like your Facebook or your Twitter or something like that. And he was like, no, I actually can't give that out. So she was like, oh, really? He was like, yeah, I can't give out anything. She was like, okay, but you're not a teacher or anything, so how would it be inappropriate? He was like getting irritated. You could tell by the tone of his voice. So he was like, no, I can't give out anything, sorry. And so then he quickly grabbed his stuff and like zoomed out of the room. Like when I say quickly, like quickly. And the other girl that was standing there was kind of like pressing the issue too. That is just crazy. Like, why would y'all go up to him? I saw it as, even though he wasn't a teacher at our school, he's a guest speaker. So I'm like, that's kind of like inappropriate to walk up to him. And plus he probably like 10 or 20 years older than you, so why would you walk up to him and ask for his social media or his number or something? I'm like, that's just crazy. So anyway, We got back to the class and we was talking about it. We told our teacher what happened. We told the guy what happened because he wanted his number. So we told him, like, basically he didn't want to give you his number. He didn't want you to have his Facebook, none of that. He wasn't going for it. So he was like, man, whatever. He wasn't that cute anyway. You know how people be when they get this. Why? We go on break. This was like Friday when it happened. We go on the weekend, we go on break. And we come back to school on Monday. My teacher says, did anything happen after the meeting? And we're like, did anything happen after the meeting? No. Because at this time, we didn't all forgot about it. You know, we like, nothing happened. And it really didn't have nothing to do with me. So I'm like, I don't remember nothing. Nothing happened, you know, because I really didn't remember that. We were literally there from 7 to 3 and then 7 to 5. It depended on what semester it was. So if it was in spring, fall, summer, whatever, that depended on how long you would be at school. So we were there for 8 to 10 hours a day. So really, when you get out, you're not thinking about what happened at school, especially on the weekend. So I was just like, nah, I don't remember. So she pulls a couple of us to the side and she's like, they want to see you in the office. She pulled me to the side, she pulled my best friend to the side, she pulled the 2 other girls that was standing up there, and then she told us that we had to go to the office to meet with the dean. And already I'm like, what are we meeting with the dean for? Because I ain't never been called into the office, and this my first time at this school. I'm new. Like, what am I getting called to the office for? Like, you know, when you get called in the office for something, there's got to be something serious, you know? So I was already irritated, like, here we go. So we go to the office, we meet with the dean, and she basically tells us that the guest speaker was very offended by us asking for his number and social medias and things like that. He said he felt sexually harassed, he felt assaulted, and he felt like we were very out of line and we needed to be taught a lesson, basically. And without even knowing who the people were that walked up to him, he basically just described everybody in the room. He said there was a black girl with glasses, which was me, 2 with glasses, 2 without. We were the only 4 black girls in the class, so already my teacher knew who we were. But I felt like discriminated myself, because how are you gonna say, oh, it's 4 black girls? And then at that, it was another girl in the room who was fully white. She was in the room when this happened, but she was over by the door, so I guess they considered that as she wasn't really a part of it. But she was in the room as well, but they didn't call her down there. She told us how he felt or whatever. Then she asked for our side of the story. I told her what happened with me. I was cleaning up. I overheard what they were saying, but I had nothing to do with it because I didn't walk up to that man. I didn't ask for his number. I didn't ask for his Facebook, Twitter, or none of that. I heard it, but I didn't walk up there. I politely waited at the door for her to finish talking to him, and then we walked back to class. I guess the guy, like he said, he wanted us to be taught a lesson on sexual harassment. So he wanted to press it further. So it got sent over to the main campus to the dean. And so we had to meet up with him, because after this meeting with the dean of our school, we got letters in the mail a couple days after that telling us what all we was being accused for. And I wish I still had this letter, but I really just don't know where it is. But we were accused of discrimination because he was gay. We were accused of sexual harassment because he said he told the girl no so many times, and she kept asking about other ways to contact him, and he said no. Then he said he was fearful of what was going to happen to him, so that's why he exited the room so fast. After we got our letters, we all calling each other like, girl, did you get this letter? Did you get this letter? I didn't have my letter yet, so I felt like I was in the clear. My letter came the next day, you guys. And I'm just like, y'all, if I get kicked out of school for this, because they said we risk getting expelled or get suspended. So I'm like, if I get kicked out of school for this, like, somebody gonna have to answer for this. And why they didn't call the other guy in the office that wanted his number? Like, he should have been called in the office since he's setting people up to get the dude's number. So when I had my meeting, they asked me what happened. I gave everybody name. You're dang right. I gave everybody name that was in the room. I told them what I knew, to be exact. I personally didn't think something was gonna come of it. Like, I'm pretty sure you've been approached by people, but maybe just not that aggressively. I didn't feel like it was that aggressive, but maybe black people scare him. I don't know. But basically that's how they made it seem, like 4 big black girls. You know what I'm saying? I'll get to that later. Basically, the dean said, thank you for being honest. We really don't see any purpose to keep pursuing this case as far as you're involved, so we're gonna go ahead and drop it. So I got a letter saying that the case was dropped or whatever, but I did not like that my name was brought up in the first place, because I felt like it had nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? It was that serious to where this guy really wanted us kicked out of school because he said we needed to be taught a lesson on how not to sexually harass somebody. You can simply be in the room when something is going on and then get accused of doing the crime yourself, because it's basically like you're an accessory because you were in the room. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful who you hang out with, and you got to be careful where you're at. You want to be aware of your surroundings at all times. I have learned from the situation, and I seriously, like my dad has always told me to be aware of your surroundings, know exactly what's going on and who's there. So being that I was innocent, I got out of it. As simple as that. I got out of it. After that happened, where we all meted with the dean, when we got back to school that day, because our meetings was like an hour, 2 hours long. Like, they was very, very thorough, making sure we knew all the rules, the policy. Basically, they say you're supposed to treat all the guests of the school just like as if they're a teacher or a principal or a dean or something like that. Being that he asked for the guy's number, it was like him asking for his teacher's number, basically how they put it. So that's why they took it so serious. But I mean, it got dropped, so I was happy because of that. But after that happened, I stopped hanging out with the people that was involved in the situation, because I'm like, y'all not about to put me in this situation again. Sorry, but not sorry. So like I was saying, when we got back to the class that day, the white girl that was in the room at the time, this girl was having a conversation with our teacher and was like, quote unquote, I was talking to my brother at home and his friend, and we were just laughing about the situation. I told them what happened, and they were like, I would be scared too if 4 big black girls walked up to me trying to press me for my number. Why would you be telling your cousin and your friend what happened in our class at school? And if you did tell them, why would you be bringing that information back to school when you know it's gonna start something? So her and my teacher was sitting there laughing. Mind you, my teacher is white too, so I automatically got offended. Like, is this a racial thing? Because not everything is racial, but this situation was racial as fuck. Like, let's just not even sugarcoat it. So when I came into class, I'm gonna ask you about it, period. So I asked my teacher, was y'all really sitting in here laughing about the situation like it wasn't serious? Because my ass was about to get kicked out of school for something I didn't do, and y'all think it's funny. And what's the big black joke? So she was like, oh no honey, it wasn't like that at all. She was just telling me something that happened at home. And then the girl cut in and was like, oh, I was just telling my cousin what happened, and he was saying, you know, that's how he would feel. I said, okay, but where did the big black girl come from? Where did that come from? And she was like, oh, no, he didn't say black. He didn't say black. You know how somebody says something, they try to cover it up. Oh, he didn't say black. He just said I will be offended if 4 girls came up to me. Like, no, girl. If you gonna own some of it, own all of it. You know you said it. So I was like, I don't find it funny, and I would like y'all to keep my name out your mouth, and I would like you to keep my name out of stuff that don't have nothing to do with me. And so my teacher got irritated by me, because that was the first time that I ever like checked her or put her in her place, whatever you want to call it, because I'm the nice, sweet one. But if you say something about me, if you cross me, then you're going to get checked, period. You can be a teacher, a principal, a dean, I don't care who you are. You're going to get checked, because you're not about to say something about me and spread some lies or rumors or whatever like I'm the one who walked up to him, because I didn't walk up to him, okay? So you're not about to tell everybody that I walked up to him. So after I checked them, the class was just kind of like quiet after that. Everybody felt like uncomfortable or whatever, but I was just like, I don't care. So That was the second situation that happened. Then the third situation that happened, dealing with this same girl, my teacher. I was doing one of my friends' hair in the class. Y'all know that I literally do hair, so I would do hair while I was in school too, and they would pay me for it. So I was doing one of my friends' hair, and when you do hair in the class, you had to do it in front of the class in the salon chair so everybody could see. So I was doing a sew-in, a bob sew-in, and I couldn't find my spray bottle. I needed to wet her hair to get all this grease out of her hair because she had so much grease in her hair, but she didn't want to wash it or whatever. So that's the trick. You can use a spray bottle and like blot it with a towel to get like majority of the grease out, and then blow dry their hair, and then it'll be like new. But anyway, so I didn't feel like going to my locker to get my water bottle, so I was like, do you have an extra spray bottle to my teacher? And at this time the situation had died down, so basically she wasn't tripping off of me going off on her no more. So she was like, yeah, I should have one over there in the closet. So I looked in the closet and it wasn't over there. So then she was like, oh, there's one in the cubby hole over there. So I got the spray bottle, filled up with water, and I started using it. Next thing I know, the girl comes out of nowhere like, why the fuck do you have my spray bottle? I said, she can't be talking to me. She can't. So I kept using the spray bottle. And she said, I said, why you got my spray bottle? I looked around again. I said, this bitch not talking to me. You're not talking to me. So then my friend was like, who are you talking to? The girls who hair I was doing. She was like, who are you talking to? And she was like, I'm talking to her because she has my spray bottle. I said, first of all, you're not talking to me. And if you was talking to me, you need to be talking to your teacher because she the one who told me to use this spray bottle. Didn't know it was yours. But when I looked at the spray bottle, why her damn name was on it? I did not see her name on it when I first picked it up. But why the hell was her fucking name on it? I was so pissed off because I basically felt like my teacher set me up. So I'm thinking she was over the situation, right? No, that was her way of getting back at me. So I went off on both of them. It got so rowdy that everybody was getting ready to fight because you know how when one of your friends arguing, you know how you jump in because you're not about to talk to my friend like that basically. So I was arguing with her. Then my friend jumped in. Then her friend jumped in. So then we all was arguing, getting ready to fight. And my teacher was like, whoa, 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 break it up, break it up, break it up. Even though my teacher was arguing with us. Okay, she was arguing with us, but then she tried to act like she wasn't arguing with us, you know what I'm saying? So then like they was like, break it up or whatever, and then the girl started crying out of nowhere, talking about some, I don't know why everybody's always picking on me, I didn't even say anything, I didn't even do anything. And I'm just looking at this girl like, did you not just call me a bitch and ask me why do I have your spray bottle? Like, got to be clueless. So this led into several different arguments after that, and then the girl ended up leaving the school because she said that we were basically so mean to her and made her drop out of cosmetology school, which is so not true because like I said, I'm not even a mean person. So unless you put my name in something that don't belong to me, I'm not gonna say anything to you because it has nothing to do with me. So anyway, that girl left the school. And then we had got called in the office again because she left the school. And this time I said, do not call me in this office again because that ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't care what the girl said. And I walked out of the office. And from that day, they had never called me to the office again. But that was basically like the gist of the drama that happened in cosmetology school. Like, there's more. And I'll probably do a video on that. But y'all, shit be crazy, bitches be crazy. Watch your back, okay, because people be plotting. But thank y'all for tuning into another video, and I will see my slay dolls in another one. Okay, bye y'all.
You remember the time when we fell in love, cause I remember the night when you had enough of my creeping.